After my senior year, I went on trial, or I went to a combine in Colorado. Didn't make it. Where I lived was in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Creme de la creme schools for Division 1, 2, and 3. And I just kept playing year by year. 15, 16, I was playing semi-pro soccer, number 1 in the nation. I was ranked number 74 in the country of best freshman to be going into the university, and I was very excited. But I received really my first injury. It was an appearance, and I turned, I heard the pop, my knee just completely broke. Tore my meniscus, and they repaired it. 6 months later, or 4.5 months later, I came back, did the spring season with New Mexico, and re-tore it. For the next year, I had swelling in my knee, a lot of pain. I was struggling because I didn't have soccer in my life, so anything I could do was based off of the soccer culture and hanging around the guys. Worked my way back, and I was a starter. Started in the midfield. There was 2 years. My junior year, I became a right fullback and made the most of it. After my senior year, I went on trial, or I went to a combine in Colorado for the Rapid. Didn't make it. For 1 year after that date, for 1 year, I was helping out the coaching staff at University of New Mexico. So I would train with him, and I would play with him, and I would do conditioning with him. And I figured I'd give it another go. So any money I saved that year, I spent that money on an agent combine, which was in California. And I made the agency. We ended up going to Puerto Rico. I went to Turkey. In Turkey, we played a Chinese team, a Belgian team, an African team, an Irish team, an English team, a Russian team. And in that, we were getting looks from all over. It was preseason for all those teams. I got a look by Galatasaray's second team, and unfortunately, it didn't pan out. And at the end of it, the agency wanted to sign me, but I didn't have a team to go to. I got a call from a mate of mine, a guy that I played high school with. He was the captain of Minnesota at the time. I had a concussion for 2 weeks. I worked my way back. We did preseason. At the end of it, they asked if I wanted a contract, and I said yes. And from there, my pro career at age 23 began. For the next 10 years, I played professional soccer. Played pro soccer for Minnesota for a couple of years. After that, in between Minnesota and Atlanta, I went to Ireland, England, and Sweden. Came back to the States, played in Atlanta. After Atlanta, San Antonio. San Antonio was my first pro captaincy. In San Antonio for 2 years, came to Nashville. Nashville 2 years. I was the first captain of Nashville Soccer Club. Broke my ankle the second year towards the end of the season. Even though I showed some promise to go to the MLS and make the jump, unfortunately, timing is everything, and I broke my ankle. As devastated as I was, I wanted to give myself one more chance. That one chance was received by Tim Howard, and I played under Tim Howard's ownership in Memphis. I played with Tim Howard, where I probably met some of the most instrumental figures in my life. We moved on into the next chapter, and that was coaching. Soccer for me will always be, there's two mindsets. Soccer for me is the one mindset of a player, absolute joy, adrenaline, emotional, the boy in me that wants to score goals and defend and enjoy every piece of the game. And then the other piece is the one that wants to help the next generation of soccer players be their absolute best self and teach them the things that I never had and learned through my careers as a player. And so here I am now. I'm a coach. I play on the side for fun, giggles, because who likes a nutmeg more than me? Not many people. And that's kind of where my journey's led me to. That's my story, is Michael Reed.